but also, and again, we will be covering that. Mark Halperin, you are still with us.
All right, is this the president walking out, or is this, what are we looking at here? Yeah, that's the president leaving, getting in the motorcade. We had seen some helicopter shots there, people on top of roofs actually looking down, trying to get a vantage point. The president just got into that vehicle and looks like he is taking off. And we don't know, Kat, whether he would be going back to Trump Tower right now or going directly to the airport where a plane that says Trump on it will take him back to Mar-a-Lago, where he is going to do what you were just talking about.
Exactly, but we have had continuing reports this afternoon that he would be making remarks following the arraignment. But once again, we still don't know if that's going to happen, and if it does happen, exactly where the president will be when he makes those remarks. So again, you're watching it here along with us, and we're keeping you abreast of every single detail we learn as we learn it.
Yeah. What kind of information, Betsy, do you think the DA is going to give us at 3:30?
Well, that was my question, because it's really, in my view, unfair for the DA to make a big announcement after this indictment. He has the bully pulpit, but that's swaying the jury pool. That's swaying the nation. It's exploiting this judicial process, especially when the defendant, the former president, isn't there to counter it. And so I'm very curious about what he's obviously going to try to present this as a legitimate legal case.
Is it appropriate, Thane? Do you think it's appropriate he come out and speak?
No, I don't. I also think that he's got a credibility problem, because today, let's face it, this was very anticlimactic. Right? Didn't we expect something else? This to me is like the Mueller report. We waited for something and then it didn't happen. This is, again, a very low-level crime. And I think that Bragg has an obligation to the citizens of New York to explain why I would justify this. Why is this such a serious crime, attaching it to a federal law in order to bring this case? Remember, he passed on other cases that would have been more significant. The inflated assets case, for insurance policies and bank loans. He passed on this, and
he didn't have any proof.
He stayed with the porn star case. So the question is, why are you still with the porn star case, Mr. Bragg? Why is this still your obsession?
Mark Halperin, are you still here with us?
I am.
All right. Your thoughts on the DA, Alvin Bragg, speaking, and also anticipating if the former president will speak, and what might he say?
Well, on the Bragg side, look, it's better for our system if prosecutors do their arguing only in court, not hold press conferences. We saw Jim Comey as a prominent example of a prosecutor who made a mess of things by coming out and talking. At the same time, there's great public interest in this case. If Bragg can do this in a non-prejudicial way to educate the public, it could be a good thing. I don't have a ton of confidence he'll do that, but that'd be the goal. On the president's side, you're already seeing reports that he's unhappy with the process. People are looking at the photos from the courtroom. He was supposed to go straight to the airport, but as you said, he was also supposed to speak. So we'll see. If you piece together what we know, I don't want to engage in over speculation. It's possible that there was something in the indictment, or maybe several things in the indictment, that he did not like, that he was not expecting. And so perhaps his team wants to evaluate exactly what format he should address things in. It'll be interesting to see if Bragg takes questions. It'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump takes questions, because both of them have some hard questions to answer.
Mark Halperin, thank you so much for offering your insight on this. Thane, I wanted to ask you, these misdemeanor state laws that are allegedly violated connect to a federal law to make them a felony, as I understand it. I know I should know this from your class, but
my star student.
How does
I'm out of here.
How does a Supreme Court, which is a lower level, a trial court level in the state of New York, how does a trial court level try a federal allegation?
Bob, there are so many procedural challenges here for Bragg. I mean, really, and this is not even complicated. The first motion to dismiss is, Your Honor, why are we here? This is a state court, and we're being charged with a federal crime. The federal...
Okay, so there is a there.
There's a motion to dismiss right there, Your Honor. I don't know why we're here. There's all sorts of other things, like, for instance, the recusal of the judge, the recusal of the selective prosecution of the prosecutor. This is a man who ran for public office with a campaign promise to indict the president, a former president of the United States. When people are saying, you know, well, what was this all about? What was this about was the photo of Donald Trump sitting in a Manhattan courtroom with his lawyers. That's what Bragg brought to the New York. I don't know if many New Yorkers think that was a good use of tax dollars, but it seems to me that since the case is so challenging to bring, he must see it's a victory, just the indictment itself. That's all I attempted to achieve.